guys, we're back. Okay, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here, if you haven't been here, my name is Maya. I am currently on the summer break and I'm in my reading kick. I'm in my element. I'm in my reading prime. The last reading vlog that I just had, I literally read yesterday, and now we're doing another one today. So this is really good. I went to Trader Joe's like last week, I think, for Mother's Day, but they didn't have the blood orange soda that I usually drink, so I got that, and it's still pretty good. Ignore my hair. This is cute. Okay, whatever. She's just gonna hang right there for now. Ignore my little sticky because I have a little pimple or whatever. But I have work tonight, so we're gonna see how long it takes me to read All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. This will be my 6th Colleen Hoover book. I've so far read It Ends With Us, Reminders of Him, November 9, Ugly Love. I'm missing one. I don't know which one I'm missing, but I'm gonna put it up here. I don't remember, but those are all the Colleen Hoover books I've read, and I think almost all of those ones have been 5 out of 5 stars. There's been a few negative reviews on All Your Perfects. Not a lot of people like it. I don't remember what Anija said about it. I think she said it was okay. I think she gave it like a 3 stars or something like that, but I'm super excited to read her because I haven't read a Colleen Hoover book in a minute, and I have this one, I have Without Merit, I have Layla, and then Regretting You over there on my TBR. So I think with those 3 I just might do like a Colleen mashup. I don't really know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm really glad that I got the new cover because I think the main reason why I never picked this up was because I hated the old cover so much. So I'm glad I got this cover, but then I don't like the new cover of November 9. So glad I got the old cover of that one. But yeah, so like always, I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys the back. It says, can a story with a perfect beginning survive a lifetime between 2 imperfect people? Then, the last thing Quinn expected was to meet the love of her life just outside of her fiancé's door. A year after leaving behind their cheating partners, Quinn and Graham are in a perfect relationship that seems destined by fate. Now, 7 years later, their perfect love is threatened by their imperfect marriage. The memories, mistakes, dreams that they've built over the years are tearing them apart. The one thing that could save them might also be the very thing that pushed their marriage past no return. I'll just read to the bottom part too. It says, written with the same emotional depth and keen insight that made Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us, an Ugly Love, an instant New York Times bestseller. All Your Perfects is a powerfully moving story about a broken couple whose future hinges on promises made in the past, reminding us that enduring power of love is the ultimate survivor. So this is the goal for today. We'll see if I can get her done before I need to go to sleep, or if I'm gonna pull like an all-dayer, because if you don't know, I work grave shift. I'm an overnight agent on the Strip, so I work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So usually, like, this would be the time that I would be getting home and I'd be going to sleep, but my schedule always messes up during my off days. But it's fine, school's out, so literally I have all the time in the world to read, and I just am excited to see how many books I'm gonna get through the summer. It's very ambitious. I still have a goal of 100 books by the end of the year. How many books am I in this year? 18. But I mean, lately I've been reading a book a day, so you never know. But yeah, I'm going to read the first paragraph, which I usually do. And I say usually, even though this is only my 3rd reading vlog, but I don't know, these reading vlogs are just doing it for me, and I feel like it's like easier for me to crank out videos by doing these reading vlogs. But here we go. Here's chapter 1. It says, Ben. The doorman didn't smile at me. The thought that plagues me during the entire ride up the elevator to Ethan's floor, Vincent has been My favorite doorman since Ethan moved into this apartment building. He always smiles and chats with me, but today he simply held the door open with a stoic expression. Not even a hello, Quinn, how was your trip? We all have bad days, I guess. Okay, usually her like first liners are like, you know, so was I expecting a little more? Yeah, a little bit, but you know, it's fine, it's okay. So it's currently 8:21. I'm gonna read for an hour and then I will come back and give you guys an update on where I'm at and how I'm feeling about the book.
Either one I could love forever. Who I know who could.
Okay, so far we're 65 pages in, and I've already like teared up a little knowing like what this book is about, and so I feel like I have mixed signals about this book, just because like this book is about one of my biggest fears, and I know that I'm so young, I know that I'm only 23 and I have like so much like more time in life, but like one of my biggest fears is like infertility, because like I just want to be a mom so badly. Like I feel like that's most people in our generation, or at least my generation, I don't know how old you are watching this, but care about success, and like if they have like a stable job, like that's how they define their success. But I feel like with me, because of the way that I was raised, I feel like family defines my success, because like I grew up with all of my cousins and like really close to my siblings and stuff. So if I wasn't able to have children and like have a little family of my own, like I would be devastated. And at first I didn't know why she was like acting a certain way towards her husband or whatever the case may be, but it turns out like they've been trying for like 6 years to have a baby, and like, you know, she's struggling with infertility. So it's definitely like a big trigger warning for this book. And I don't know, it's just, infertility is just something that I wouldn't want to wish on my worst enemy. And I know it's crazy like me talking about it because I'm only 23, but when like I feel like that's such a defining point in my life, like being able to have a husband and to have kids, like it's so scary knowing that there's a chance. Like, you know, you literally never know until you start trying. Some people can get pregnant right away, some people it takes forever for them to get pregnant. Like, I don't know, it's just very interesting. So basically like the timelines are going back and forth between when they first got together, which when they first got together she was engaged, and the guy, I forgot his name, I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. This is what happens when you read too much, because Ethan was the ex. Graham, that's his name. But Graham and Sasha were dating, and Ethan and Quinn were engaged, and their spouses were cheating on them, and Graham was outside of Ethan's apartment, and Quinn was on her way home to surprise him and found Graham and the girl. And yeah, so after that they kind of like not hit it off, but like they went to like a restaurant together, and then they ended up going back to her apartment, but like they didn't have sex or anything like that, because he was like, oh, I don't want to be a rebound and stuff like that, which I felt like was really cute, that they didn't want to like start off a relationship like literally, like, because they could have, you know, like had revenge sex like with, you know, the exes or whatever, but they didn't do that. But also I really don't like Quinn's mom. She's like extremely disrespectful when it comes to her daughter's infertility, and extremely disrespectful. And I feel like this is the exact reason why you don't ask people like after they get married, like, oh well, when are you gonna start having babies, or why don't you have babies, because you never know what's going on. Like prime example, Gabrielle Union and Desi Perkins. Like like, even though I've never been in that situation, like, I've never like tried having kids, like, obviously, but like I could just never imagine like asking a woman like, oh, why aren't you having kids? Like, maybe she doesn't want to have kids, maybe she can't have kids, you know, you never know. So that's how I'm feeling about the book right now. So far so good. We're, I don't know, like a fourth of the way in, and it's 9:37, so we're like an hour, yeah, into reading. So I'll get back to you guys when there's an update or something. Okay guys, we're taking a little lunch break. I just wanted to come on here because I wanted to try this on camera, but I went to Trader Joe's like last week and they have tteokbokki, so I'm excited to see what it tastes like. You guys don't know this, but I was in a Korean immersion program from 1st grade all the way to 8th grade. So Korean food is like my comfort food because that's what I spent my childhood eating at school. Okay. It's definitely sweet. Has a little bit of a kick to it. But for this being Trader Joe's, this is good. I wish I had some like green onions and sesame seeds to put on top, but yeah. This is definitely gonna do it for me.
Me better. You can ask me whatever, whenever. Got me feeling as high as a tenor. No cap, no cap. Been there, done that. We been where it wasn't good, but good enough for our love. Fresh face, thumbs that. Bad days, press back. Back when we were much younger. You say you got ghosts.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the book is kind of like slow, but I just cried because he just cheated on her. And I'm just like, Graham, why would you do this? Like, y'all literally met because y'all got cheated on, and then you have the audacity, and this is your wife of 7 years. Like, I just can't right now. Like, how do you cheat on your wife? So yeah, now I'm falling and now I'm sad. And I just like cried my eyes out. So I'm absolutely freaking sobbing. And this is like one of the saddest books I've ever freaking read. And my face is so oily, you can't even tell that I'm crying. But, oh my god. I just read chapter 20. And it just absolutely broke me. Like, oh my god. I hope I never get to this point in like a marriage, because Jesus Christ, it's like so sad when two people like clearly love each other, but they're just having like, you know, infertility, and then now it's leading to infidelity, and it's just like too much for me. Like, oh my god, I like could not imagine being Quinn right now. Like, it sucks. It really sucks because I feel like they're both in the wrong. And I don't know, I just can't stop crying. This book is just like too much, y'all. Like, I don't know how to feel about it, but she had a miscarriage and it just makes me devastated. And then now she has a hysterectomy, but I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna look it up. Oh god. Oh my god. I have no words right now. I'm devastated. Wow. If you don't know what a hysterectomy is, it's the surgery that women have to remove their uteruses, and now she's never gonna have a baby. Oh my god. This book is too much for me. I just freaking can't. My question is, when is this book gonna make me stop crying? So basically, she left after the hysterectomy and flew to her sister who's in Europe. So she flew across the world so that she could have time to rest and recover. And she'd been there for like 3 weeks and she hadn't talked to her husband the whole time. And then they were sitting there cooking dinner and he showed up and knocked on the door. And I'm just like, she's like, why are you here, Graham? And he said, I can't take this another day, Quinn. His voice is low and pleading. I need you to make a choice. Either leave me for good or come home with me. He reaches for me, pulling me to his chest. Come home with me, he repeats in a whisper. And I'm like, it just really sucks when it's like stuff that you can't control. Like, neither of them can control the fact that she can't have a baby anymore, and she just feels inadequate as a wife, and like she's unable to give him a baby. So why should they be together? But they've been together for 7 years, and like their love story was just so cute. And it's just like, can't y'all just get a dog? Like, I don't know. I can't do it. So, like, he wants to know, like, oh my god, I can't do it. But he's saying that, like, they can get back to the way that they were when they first got married. And she goes, do you think we should have sex more often? Because, like, every single time they had sex, she was basically using it to have a baby, not because, like, you know, she loved her husband. And then he said, I won't lie and say that I'm happy with our sex life, but I'm also not going to pretend that that's the only thing I wish were different. What I want more than anything is for you to be my wife. And then she goes, no, what you want is for me to be the wife I used to be, and I don't think you want me as I am now. Why am I sobbing? Colleen, why? Alright, so I didn't know what the box was because I kept saying that they're not going to open the box. They're not going to open the box. I had no idea what was in the box. I just found out what was in the box. And basically, 7 years ago, they wrote love letters to each other and they put it on a box on the day that they got married. And they weren't allowed to open that box until their 25th anniversary. And the only way around it was if they were seriously considering divorce. Before they decided to get divorced, they would open that box. And now they're finally at that point to where they're opening the box. So, if they get a divorce, I'm gonna lose it. I'm going to lose it. Even though I already have multiple times. I have never in my life sobbed this hard over a book. Like, I'm literally snotty nose and everything. Like, I just read all of his letters to her and my little pimple patch is coming off. But the part that's absolutely breaking me is when he goes, I promise to love you more when you're hurting than when you're happy. I promise to love you more when we're poor than when we're swimming in riches. I promise to love you more when you're crying than when you're laughing. I promise to love you more when you're sick than when you're healthy. I promise to love you more when you hate me more than you love me. I promise to love you more as a childless woman than I would love you as a mother. And I promise, I swear that if you choose to end things with this, I will love you more as you're walking out of the door than the day that you walked down the aisle. And I'm like, oh my god, that right there, like, broke me. Like, I promise to love you more the day that you walk out of the door than you walk down the aisle. Like, oh my god. So we finished. My eyes are bloodshot and that book tore me apart. Yeah, Miss Colleen just does it every single time. She's gonna make me cry every single book. If you guys didn't see when I read Reminders of Him, didn't make me cry as hard as this one, but yeah, it's currently 1:54. and we finished the book. I can't believe it. I'm gonna give her 4 stars because obviously she made me cry, but it was very emotional and very triggering and very damaging, and now I'm scared that I'm gonna be infertile. My husband and I are gonna have marital problems. Giving me all these irrational fears for a husband that I don't even have. But overall, it was a really good book. It definitely made me cry, and I think it's different, and I feel like because this book is like such a huge fear of mine, it was crazy like reading it on paper, and that's why I think I liked it more than most people, even though like I don't know if this makes any sense. Like obviously I didn't like it, but then at the same time I did. But this battery's gonna die, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys for another reading vlog soon, or a moving vlog, who knows.